Should we do one of those video things then? Hey everyone, no, you're not imagining things. Don't adjust your screen or device or whatever you're watching this on. I am actually doing a video. So it's been nearly a year since I did anything, so just do a little catch-up thing. I mean, it's AA coming up, so everyone's doing videos, so it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? So I'll just do a little bit about what I've been up to, that kind of thing. Nothing exciting. So yeah, I've not been buying much in the way of Transformers. I'll come back to that. What I have been doing mostly is playing with these. The X-Wing miniatures game. Obviously that's the Millennium Falcon. A ship that can do the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs, which we all know is a measurement of distance and not time, right? Oh wait. So yeah, that's sort of been my main focus of late. Got into that sort of tail end of last year, early this year, started playing competitively on the tournament scene, so that's kind of been scratching the itch when it comes to needing a bit of competition. So that's all good, that's all been going very well. Won a tournament, placed very highly in a few others, so that's all good. Got another one next weekend, see how that goes. Actually that kind of links back into Transformers in a way, because one of the stores I go to play at, it's called Hide and Geek. It's in Worcester. I don't live in Worcester, I live about an hour away, but it's not too far to travel. They happened to get in a load of boxed G1 Transformers recently, and I was trying my best not to buy anything because, you know, it's AA coming up, and obviously won a lot of money for that, but I couldn't resist getting something. And so I ended up buying a very, very nice, mint condition almost, boxed G1 Sunstreaker. And I'm not joking, the condition of the box, well, it's like it's just come off the shelf, brand new. It's not a KO, I have double checked. It is the genuine thing. And it came with all the accessories, tech spec decoder instructions, and one other thing. Anybody remember these? And it's this is still mint as well. It's not even dog-eared or anything. It's like it's literally just come fresh out of the box. So that's pretty cool. So not been buying much in the way of stuff. Just the odd little thing here and there. I think that's probably the best Legion figure ever made. Been getting the Collectors Club stuff, as usual. Thanks, Stu. That's basically it, I think, really, since the last time I did also get Takara Windblade, because I'm a big Windblade fan, so very nice, this version, very nice. I do have one other thing as well. I do have a BotCon Oil Master. Was going to be looking for AA, but connections, shall we say, played out rather nicely, and I got myself one for a fraction of the price they're going for on eBay. They're going for like 100, 120 quid, and my estimate was they're going to be at least 80 quid at AA, probably more, but I got one for about a third of that price, so that worked out rather nicely. I don't have it here at the minute. It will be with me in just over a week. So yeah, that's all good. So let's talk about AA, shall we? Because that's really why I'm doing this. It's the last one this year. I think we're all well aware of that now. But as we've seen, there's something kind of going to replace it next year, so it's not like time to start shouting the sky is falling or anything. I think we're going to be fine on that front, so we'll all be meeting up still for TF Nation by the sounds of it. So yeah, there was that kind of, that initial shock of when it was first announced and everyone was a bit down and everything, but well, not everyone was down. There was sort of two camps. One was like, oh no, it's the end and all this kind of thing, and then there was like the other camp that was like, oh, I think there'll be something else. So yeah, which is how it's played out, which is all good. So we're only about 2 weeks away. Yeah, 2 weeks away today. So what am I going to be looking for at AA? Well, I had a bit of a shuffle around actually. This sort of ties in. This shelf here, it was just sort of wreckers and a few bits and pieces up there until fairly recently, and I was sort of sat around one day looking at those ones along the top, and I saw I still had my Encore hoist from, was it last year or the year before? I think it was the year before I bought that. So it was sort of best part of 2 years it's been sitting in the box, and I never meant to keep it in box. It was always meant to be open. So I was like, well, you know, I'll get that out finally after nearly 2 years. So yeah, got him down, had a bit of a play. Very nice Encore version Blue Eyes, much better. Stickers are an absolute bitch. I don't know if it's because they're not like the original. I mean, I remember the original G1 stickers, and once they stuck, that was it. There was no bloody moving them. You were buggered if you put them on slightly wrong. But these ones, especially these tricky ones on the shoulders, and there was a few sort of down here, they just didn't want to stay stuck to the toy. Don't know if that's just mine or whether all the Encore ones are like that. Not sure, but I ended up having to glue a few of them down. Yeah, so I had a bit of a rearrange of that shelf, and I decided to put sort of my 84, 85 bots on that shelf. So all the mini bots and the Autobot cars, and Grimlock as well, who I thought was broken, but as it turns out, well, it is broken, but I'd actually super glue fixed it at some point without remembering. So because I didn't think I was going to be able to transform him. I thought the bits that kind of make up his neck in dyno mode and sort of go sort of like shoulder pads in robot mode, I thought at least one of those was snapped. It looks like they both snapped at some point, but I fixed it. So yeah, so I was able to transform in him as well. That's cool. Just a side note. So yeah, so I kind of got around playing with my G1 original stuff and thought, well, I think it's about time I added a few more of those this year. I want to complete my mini bots. There's about 6 or so that I haven't got on that shelf. I need to get a genuine Cliff jumper as well, because that's a KO, unfortunately. Well, I bought it many years ago before I really got back into collecting proper, and didn't really know about knockoffs and stuff like that. So it only became apparent when I took it out of the packet, and it had 2 right arms or 2 left arms or something like that. So that was a bit annoying. So yeah, I want to get another one of those. Get some more car bots. Like a Mirage. Hide and Geek have got a box Mirage for 60 quid, and it's kind of really hard to resist buying it, but I'm trying to be good. I will take enough money to auto assembly. So yeah, what am I going to be looking for at AA? Well, more for that shelf. I've really got my eye on the third party Elita 1, Eupatorium. I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not entirely sure, but really I'm hoping that I know Kapow have got some in stock at the minute, and again, I don't want to spend money before the convention, otherwise it's just going to be like, I know it's like buying the same thing probably for basically the same price, but it's like if I go to the convention with hardly any money, it's not going to seem quite so special. So I want to buy it there if I can. So I've really got my eye on that. Still looking for a Stranglehold. Didn't get one last year. Was quite surprised I wasn't able to find one. But I found like bits of one, but I want to buy a complete one. I don't want to. I'm not one of these people who will quite happily trawl through the bins of all the parts and all. I just can't be arsed. So yeah, I'm looking for a complete one, really, of that. So hopefully find one of those there. A few Dinobots as well. The whole kind of Combiner Wars thing has passed me by. I don't own anything other than the Generations Combiner Wars Power Glide. It's not really ticked the boxes for me. Can't really explain why. I do want to get a First Aid. I've always had a soft spot for First Aid. He was one of kind of like the had the G1, and it was one of those toys I played with more than most of them. So I kind of got a bit of a soft spot for him. So I'll get a First Aid, but other than that, not really that fussed by anything that's come out so far. The Skylinks that's coming out next year or later this year or whenever it is, I think it's next year. I like the look of that. I'll definitely get me one of those, but I don't know, just not. Maybe it's because I need to read the comics. The comics, I get the trade paperbacks and not the individual issues, and they're just kind of, we're just about to get, I think, in the next volume, all the Combine Wars stuff. So maybe that'll kind of get me a little bit more interested in that. But no, up until this point, not really been doing it for me. No, sadly not. Other than that, I think it's just going to be a case of finding something random that takes my fancy when I'm there, like I did last year with Monstructor. Quite like the Battle Trap from this year's BotCon set as well. Although it kind of makes me want to find a G1 version as well, even though it is a pile of shit. Yeah, that's basically all I'm looking for this year. So it'll just be a case of there's stuff there always is. There's stuff you don't even think of, something you've never even seen before. Sometimes you're just like, oh, that's the one. So I'm hoping for one of those moments again this year. So that'll be good. Obviously, I'm looking forward to seeing everyone. Coming up for the weekend again, coming up on the Friday, probably around, well, early afternoon I'll probably aim for this year. In the past few years I've been sort of getting there about 6 o'clock, thinking that I would miss traffic, and I've ended up getting stuck in traffic for bloody ages, so I will probably leave a bit earlier this year. Staying with John, again, who's getting married tomorrow, so I've got to go to bed soon because I've got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning or something silly to get across to Cambridge for that. But that's all good. So John's coming with me. I'm going to make sure he takes home a G1 snarl this year, because every year we go, and he really wants a snarl because he had one when he was younger and I think it broke or something, and every year we go there and we either don't find one or he hasn't got enough money for one or whatever. But this year I'm going to have to make sure that he goes home with one, so that's all good. So yeah, one other quick thing I was going to do, sort of non-AA related. It kind of came up on, I don't know, earlier this week sometime. Nick Hardy, photographer Nick, was talking about how he was going to start collecting some records, I think, this year at AA, and being that I seem to be the Iron Fist guy, my name cropped up in the discussion about me having 3 Iron Fists, which I do have 3. Well, do I have 1 Iron Fist? Do I have 2 Iron Fists? No, let's do this bit again. It kind of cropped up about me having 3 Iron Fists. Yep, I've actually got 5. I'll show you them all quickly. They're sort of all over the place. Number 1, this is kind of got a bit of a floppy body. So, but his robot mode is there's nothing missing other than the gun off that one. So he lives on the desk. Number 2, I basically keep in vehicle mode because he's got an arm missing. I do have a gun for him as well, but not the connect piece. But it kind of just sits on the desk like that, so it doesn't really matter. Then I have the complete one. Look at that light piping on that. So this is a complete G2 / G1, G1.5, whatever you want to term it. This is a complete one, so he's very nice. I also have the Collectors Club one, which is not really proper Iron Fist. It's kind of full of Cybertron, Swindle, and Roadbuster with a different head. So that one's okay, it's not bad. But the best one, if you're only going to get one, Nick, this is the one I suggest you get. That's the one to get. That really is the one to get. If you want the one that looks most like the comic book, this is the one to get. I don't know how lucky you are to find him, because he sold quite quickly last year when they had him there. I didn't get him at AA, I got him, well, I had him pre-ordered obviously. But there's probably someone's got some knocking around, either on eBay or AA or wherever. So yeah, compare the two. They're both very nice, don't get me wrong. I mean, I do like both very much. Yeah, they're both great toys. This one was like my Grail AA a couple of years ago, and this was like the must purchase of, was it last year? Yeah, last year. So yeah, that's what I think, Nick. If you want to get one, get the Gauntlet. If you're only going to get the one, obviously I'm greedy and get them all. Actually, I don't have the animated version. They did a BotCon one back in about 2012 or something like that. I think 2013. I think it was, which is a remold of Ratchet with a different head sculpt. So if I saw one of those, I'd probably buy it. They don't tend to crop up too often from what I've seen. Sometimes on eBay, but I never seem to have any spare money when there is one. I don't hunt for it religiously, but I would buy it if I saw it. So yeah, that is basically what I've been up to. I can't promise videos are going to suddenly become really regular again. It just kind of, my attention just elsewhere. I say on the whole Star Wars thing is taking up a lot of my time because I'm just obsessing over that, because I'm just too competitive and want to win at tournaments and things, and I just find myself watching videos and reading articles and making new lists of squadrons and just brain overload. So yeah, looking forward to AA. Be a nice break from everything else. I've only got to survive one more week of work and then I'm off for like a week and a half, so that's all good. So I shall see you lovely people in 2 weeks. Catch you later.